Hey guys, it's Dawn here with Wplus9 Design Studio. Back with another All Eyes On edition. This month I've asked the girls to focus on repetition. Repetition can be used many ways to create balance on your card. You can use shapes, images, color, a technique or a texture to bring your design full circle. So I'm going to focus on one of the most obvious for my card today, and that is shape. So I'm going to be doing a portrait card here. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to be using this Hooked on You stamp set by Carrie Ann Gwynn. She did such a great job illustrating the stamp set. I really, really like it. It's just kind of cute and fun. So to start off, I'm going to take these little bubbles that she illustrated, and I'm going to use them to create a diagonal pattern across the back here. Actually, this sketch is one that I found in the Paper Crafts Card Magazine call. I can't remember what number it is, but I'll look it up and I'll put it in the blog post to go with this. I'm going to be using fresh snow ink. Something that I noticed when I'm using white ink on a black card base is wipe your hands off after you open it, because I always get white ink on my black cardstock. Little smudges. Okay. So I'm going to start off by just stamping these little background bubbles in a random diagonal pattern. This one right off the edge. So I've kind of created this just diagonal line of bubbles going across the background. Alright, so obviously my shape here is going to be circles. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out a yellow circle and a red circle here. For this one, I'm going to do the 1-inch punch. And for this one, I'm going to do 1 1/4. Is that right? Yeah. Lay that aside. There's 3 different sizes in here. This is my actual set, which is really dirty. Earlier I showed you a nice clean new set. I think I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to stamp this little guy in black. This actually happens to be my favorite black ink. It's huge. I've had it for a while now. It doesn't seem to go dry. It works really well with Copic markers. So I know I'm going to punch this out in a circle, so I'm just going to kind of stamp, I guess I'm going to call it a her. I'm just going to stamp it right there. I'm actually going to color this in with some Copics, so I'm just going to let that dry just a little bit. I don't want it to run because I'm going to use the yellows. So I'm going to pull off of this. So I'm going to use the light yellow and a dark yellow, and I don't want it to smear. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to take my white gel pen, because I'm going to have to wait for that to dry as well. And I already know that I'm going to do some stitching lines around the outside of my card. So I'm going to repeat that same element. Well, see, I'm doing more than just shape. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this technique, the stitching, the faux stitching, all the way around the outside of both of my circles. So I'm just going to take my pen and do a little faux stitch all the way around the edge. Okay, that one's done. I'm going to set it over there to dry, and then I'm going to do the same thing for my red one right here. There we go. And I'm going to set that one over to dry as well. Alright, so this should be pretty dry by now. Let's see. Yeah, that should be good. I'm going to use a trio of yellows here. gold colors. Don't mind my nails, I really need to do them, but I figured I'd wait until after I did this video so I don't get ink all over a new paint job. So it's Y32, Y35, and Y38. And I think I'm just gonna start off with the lightest. And just color this body in. All right, so I did the whole body there. I'm gonna take the darkest one and do the fins. I guess it's gonna be a little goldfish. There we go. And then I'm just gonna add the middle color. I'm gonna add a little bit of shadow here. And then come back over it again with the light one to kind of blend that in. Yeah. And I'm going to punch him out using a 1 3/4 inch punch. There we go. And punch. There we go. Here's my card base. And here's my little circle. So this was the part that I pulled from the sketch. And then from here, I wanted to repeat the circles again. And you know, the fish has kind of a round shape. He's in a circle. And then I've got my stitching and stuff. So I'm gonna create like, instead of going this way now, I'm gonna go this way. The sentiment from that sketch was coming from over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a 1/2 inch strip of the gold, which I've already cut right here. And I think I'm gonna tuck it right in there and then chop it off here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So go ahead and move these off to the side here. Move this over here. And then I'm gonna stamp the sentiment. So this set has a lot of really cute sentiments on it. See, and I think I'm going to use this one, You're a Keeper. Yeah. So I'm gonna lay this down and take my block and just pick it up. Yeah, I don't care if it's straight. Let me lay that down and then make sure that I'm straight and centered. And if I'm not, I can flip it over. But I am, so. All right, so I think I'm gonna do the stitching lines on this thing as well. So then I have 3, well, I'll have 4 elements with stitching, but I think I wanna do it. So starting from the edge, it's gonna come across. All right, I like the way that looks like a little saddle stitch ribbon, huh? All right, so I know that that's gonna go about right. About right there. And my fishy is gonna go right, maybe right there. This one's gonna go under right here. This one's gonna go right up in here. All right. So I've got most of my pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and add my glossy accents to this so I can set it aside to let it dry a little bit. All right. I'm gonna set that aside to dry. And then I'm gonna stick this guy down, line him up right up to the edge. All right. Now I'm gonna put some adhesive, some foam tape on the back of this one. I'm running out of dimensionals here, and I need to order some more. So I use every little last bit of these things. These are the Stampin' Dimensionals from Stampin' Up. And some of you know I haven't, I used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I've had these for a while, but I'm running out. And I'm going to, let me see, make sure that's straight. Yeah. So, there we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna add another little, I've got this one little lone piece of red and I need to tie it. So I'm gonna add a little heart right here using the Marvy Yukita smallest heart punch. So I'm gonna take that same scrap of red and cut out a heart. And I'm going to pop it on dimensionals. All right. I'm going to pop it right down here. Kind of want it to go like this. Yeah. There we go. All right, so I want to round these corners too, so I'm going to use a corner chomper. Again, creating the rounded corners mimics the circle shape, even though it's not a circle, but you've got that rounded edge. So it's just another way to repeat the circles. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side here, and I'm going to stick that in. I used the wrong side. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get this without jacking it up. Does that look right? I don't know. Let's try this side now. Yeah, it's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and add my stitching all the way around the outside. All right, I'm just finishing up these last couple now. All right. So there you have the, I want to touch and smear it. So there you have the finished card. You can see we've repeated a couple of different elements here. We repeated color with the yellow, and we've repeated it 3 times. We've repeated the black in the card base, and then the black for our actual stamping. We've repeated the stitching here, the faux stitching. And then lastly, we've repeated the shape. So we've got the circles here for the focal, for accent, for the background, and then the circular edges here by rounding the corners. And then the heart even, you know, it's got the rounded edges on the heart. So that's our card for All Eyes On this month. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave me some comments. Anything else you'd like to see for All Eyes On, any topics or anything like that. And you can find me also at my blog, where you'll have details and supplies on this. It's www.stampawaywithme.blogspot.com. And you can buy our stamps online at www.wplus9.com. Thanks for watching.